Hello and welcome. This video is the raw footage from my Twitch streams. I decided to make these available to anyone who wants to go back and watch the games from the beginning. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to join us on Sundays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Time on Twitch at the link in the description. Thank you and enjoy!
Hello all! Welcome to my first stream. I figured we'd spend a few minutes talking and then get right into the game. Today's game is Dark Parables Curse of Briar Rose. It is a favorite of mine from many years ago. This game is probably around 20 years old at this point, and I first played it just about the time it first came out. Yes, I've been gaming that long. I've been gaming a lot longer, but I decided to start here. This is Dark Parables is actually a fairly large collection of games, covering several different fairy tales, and has at least one spin-off series. Whether we get to anything more than the first couple of the Dark Parables, I don't know yet. That is going to depend upon what everybody wants to see. So I hope going forward to hear from you guys on your opinions of this game and future games that this channel will produce. Just a little bit about myself. I am Storm's Melody. I am just starting out streaming, so please do forgive me any mistakes or bobbles. This is a new experience for me. I am a mother of two toddlers. One's 4 and one is just turned 1. So my life revolves around mostly them, but occasionally I get the chance to take a break from that, and when I do, I either game or I knit. Uh, right now, gaming can be found on this channel. I'm also hoping at some point to start a knitting stream as well. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. With no feedback from anybody because nobody is chatting with me in this chat stream, this makes it very hard. So, since the thank you everybody. I'm glad you appreciate my avatar. I did spend time. She is made by me, as is all of her clothing. I chose her coloring, and I spent the time rigging her emotions. I'm still working on it, so it is a little rough. But for a beginning avatar, I like her. I can't wait to get my Photoshop skills brushed back up and maybe make her some slightly different clothes. I like this as a base outfit, but I think there's some other stuff I would like to do with her, and I'd love to give her, say, a formal look or maybe something that goes along with the games I'm playing. But as a base model, I really, really like this one. Also, I'm hoping at some point in time to introduce a um, 2D avatar of a cat because I can and it looks really awesome. But that's in the future. Right now, we have her. And I really like her. So, alright, on to the game. Like I said, this is Dark Parables. I'm going to turn the volume down just a little bit so you can hear me over it. Um, and this is the Curse of Briar Rose. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. I'm not going to talk for the first few minutes because it does have some exposition at the beginning of the game, which does help set the scene.
On the day the princess was held a great later in life, the young princess came across a spindle in a dusty old room and pricked her finger. The inhabitants instantly fell under a sleeping spell, while briars burst from the ground and shrouded the castle. One day, a daring prince braved the thick vines and ventured into the castle. Upon finding the princess, he gave her a kiss, which was foretold to free the princess from her curse. Though the kiss removed the briars and awakened the inhabitants, the princess never rose from her eternal slumber. Many years have passed, and the truth behind the sleeping princess has been forgotten. What remains is the tale passed down through generations as the Sleeping Beauty.
Detective, the case file you have in front of you may be connected to the tale of Briar Rose. I've given you a map to an abandoned castle rumored to be her resting place. Recent evidence shows vines are growing under the castle grounds. Your investigation will be to find the source of this anomaly and to quickly stop it from spreading further. This case is of the utmost urgency. If the vine growth is not contained, it will consume our city within 7 days. Good luck, Detective.
I'm just going to skip the tutorial because, like I said, this game is 20 years old and I've actually played it multiple times. It has, however, probably been a good 10 since the last time I seriously played it. So, any help y'all want to provide in actually finding the hidden objects would be great! Because I'm not sure where they all are anymore. It looks like this time we're looking for a sturdy axe. Well, I'm going to assume that's the axe blade there. There's a rose. Is this a sash or a ribbon? That's ribbon. I have to admit, one of the reasons that I enjoyed this game so much when it first came out, and continue to enjoy it over the years, is because they don't make it too hard, but they also don't make it too easy. And in fact, the first copy of this game I ever played was actually a cracked copy that I downloaded from via torrent. So the only way to get to the special story at the end of the game was in fact to completely beat the original game on hard mode. There's a crow. As crows are typically thought of as being Maleficent's bird, who thinks that thing belongs to the bad guy? With the sleuthing techniques I've learned, I'm able to seek an axe by the statue and use it to clear the stubborn briars. Now that I've opened the wooden door, the derelict castle is within my reach. I must continue on with my investigation and search for additional clues. Oh, hey. This is the king and the queen, I think. So like I said, this is a puzzle series. It's different types of puzzles. Some easier than others. Ha. Got it. So a sun half emblem. What makes this harder is the colors that you see here for the pieces is not necessarily the colors they are out here. They color shift them to fit in with the environment better. Alright. I don't know. I will go check, because that is entirely possible that I just missed it. Anybody see the last piece? So I really don't want to have to hit hint. Yes. This is done by Blue Tea Games. To the best of my knowledge, the Dark Parable series was the only ones they ever did. But this is not an uncommon style of game, especially in casual PC gaming. There are multiple Dark Parables games, so it's always possible that you actually ended up playing a different Dark Parables game, too. Ha, you're right. It's a door handle. Thank you, Ayana. That would have been bad. It's this door's handle.
Welcome, Detective. Do not be alarmed. I am Briar Rose, and I wish you no harm. The curse has returned, and a great danger looms. But I can help you to stop it before all is consumed. My body lies in repose in a castle room deep. To vanquish the curse, you must rouse me from sleep. However, an evil godmother is haunting this place. Be wary, or else she may foil your case. Follow me.
And that's also very possible. Like I said, this is a 20-year-old game, and the dark, creepy look goes through popularity from time to time, so that's definitely a possibility. Each slot relates to its animal above. Align them to a particular pattern. Okay. Mouse cheese. I know I saw a carrot. The rabbit would eat the carrot and the monkey the banana. Yes? Haha! Whoop. There's that creepy crow again.
You cannot stop me.
This is another one of those games where you click on everything that doesn't look right. I know that some things in this game sparkle, but I don't think everything does. The hidden object scenes definitely do. Well, we found a sun emblem earlier, and now we're looking for a moon emblem. This is a weird grotesque. Is it supposed to be a door knocker? Weird. Oh. I don't remember things being this hard to find. I'm also slightly impatient. Oh. Ha ha ha! You are very good at this. I used to be very good at this. It's been a while. Oh. That is currently not helpful. Cursed objects? There's supposedly 20. I don't think I'm gonna find all of them. That would take a miracle. I honestly used to spend a lot of time playing these types of games. My game time most recently has honestly been taken up with Genshin Impact on my PlayStation. But that's on my PlayStation, and I don't have the ability to connect my PlayStation to my computer at the moment. And I wanted to start with something that I loved and was familiar with, so I went digging back through my old games and pulled out the Dark Parables. Like I said, there's a lot of them, so we could be playing Dark Parables for a while if everybody wants to. That being said, some of the later games aren't quite as good. They changed producers at some point, and the first couple that the new producer made were pretty good, but then they just kind of got really repetitive. So it was a little disappointing. I think that's also probably why they stopped making them, honestly. Base of Godmother statue. That implies there is more. Oi! What is this? Okay. Oh, it's actually giving me nice sparkles telling me what to do. I appreciate that. Yay, it opened the door. I'm supposed to find a shovel in a farrier's shop? Oi! At least the shovel's fancy. There's that. Otherwise, this would be practically impossible. Okay, who am I kidding? This is still going to be practically impossible. Ha! Is that it? Yes! Found the shovel. So there's a horse back there. There's 2 plaques missing. Oh, there's another one of those hidden objects. More notes. There's a well. There's a hollow. There's owl claws. And an owl bum. But not the rest of the owl. Ew. That's what I'd use it for. Okay. Untouched white rose. Huh. Probably a crown? We'll get back to that. Ladder? Interesting. I forgot about these. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to restart. There we go. I'd forgotten about those puzzles. I don't like those puzzles. The Seek and Finds I don't mind. Some of the others I don't mind. But I really don't like slider puzzles. In that particular one, it actually ends up just going around and around the outside of the puzzle. So you can't actually complete it if you don't do it in the right order. I remember that after I was halfway through doing it wrong. So I'm looking for 2 elaborate canes. One with a gold bauble and one with a black bauble. I think that's the gold bauble. There it is. Hiding in the stained glass. Okay, so there's goblets missing. There's just so many things missing. King's Scepter. That needs to go all the way back to here. Okay. Well, it doesn't seem to have done anything. Nope, that's not true. It reset this puzzle. And now we're finding the other half of a ladder. Oh, I've got to find the screws too? Oh, Huff. So I need 1 set of screws and 1 piece of wood. Well, there's the screws. I just gotta find the wood. Ayana, you got any idea where this is? Oh. I'm blind. Interesting. That's a sun disk. Is there anything else I can do up here? Okay, well, where's the second half of the disc? Door is locked. this one's going pretty well so far. Oh, I'm looking for the body of the godmother statue. Huh. I guess I should actually pay attention to what I'm supposed to find before I just start clicking on things. It's not like that has ever gone completely wrong for people. And now I've run out of the easy stuff to find. I'm looking for a bent piece, 'cause it's supposed to be an elbow. Let's see. No. That wasn't it. How am I supposed to see it up there? It's practically the same color as the bell. It'd be nice if it let me hop to those locations. Later games actually do let you hop between scenes, but this one is early enough that that wasn't a consideration. All right. This is not going well. Ah, we've got a new scene. That's the other thing. If you pay attention to this particular game, some of the later puzzles go faster because you know what the excuse me, what the scene should look like without the pieces, and so it becomes easier to find the pieces because you can notice what's wrong, or at least I found that to be the case for me. I am sure that that does not hold true for everyone, but I'm just lucky that way. Oh, now I'm looking for a tiny piece. Excuse me for just a second. Oh, that wasn't the last piece? Oi! Hey guys, I'm gonna mute for just a second. Sorry about that. I seem to have picked up a cough and I don't really want you guys to hear it. And it's loading hint. That's gonna take time. Anybody else see this tiny little piece? Because I'm missing it. Is this it? Haha! Found it. And that should be the other half of the sun medallion. Whoa, creepy ghost. Up the ladder. There we go. Wait. Ooh, shiny scene. Whoever was in charge of this armory really had it all over the place. so scattered. Nope, that's not it. Interesting, but again, not it. There's that. Ha! Got it. The crown key. Ooh. That's a creepy color green. He's missing a shield. I need something bigger than a knife to cut that. At least that opens. How much you want to bet this table becomes a scene that I have to hunt through? Actually, I know it does, and I'm just going to complain about it ahead of time. Crown key? Crown key? Ha ha ha. It's nice when they give you what you need ahead of time. Match the two correct pieces according to the clues. Above, there are 4 variations. 2 cats. King and Queen? Is that the king or a knight? I have no idea. There's the king. There's the queen. Sword and shield. A knight with a slingshot. Well, that's an option. Math? I have to do math? No. 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 Well, no. That's just out. 16 is more than 15. That's just not gonna work. I'm hoping this... 9 and 6. There's a book missing. Well, it says a couple books missing. Noted. Hello. Oh, there's a book. By our collective power, we will contain the curse of Briar Rose for the next 1,000 years. Somehow I think we're running out of years. Okay. We have to go back to the horse stall, okay? Oh, and this time it's a wooden goblet. I guess I should be happy that it's not silver? I do love the cast iron pans just hanging here. I would prefer them in my kitchen as opposed to being at the furrier's, but sure. Farrier. Yes, the furrier. I'm not even gonna touch that one. Well, I mean, to be fair, the whole frying pans, who knew, in Rapunzel is probably one of my favorite lines. That is very much a correct statement. I mean, I've got a sword, and I would probably grab for my frying pans first. To be fair, my sword is only a blunt force instrument and does not actually have any cutting power, but... And I'm down to the last piece again. There's a tea kettle. There's some lovely candelabra. I'm not even really sure what this is. I don't recognize it. That's a pair of large tongs. Probably for use with this fireplace. And none of that is finding me that little piece. Alright. Finally, I've gained access inside the castle. There appear to be 3 doors or entryways, each leading to a different tower. However, 2 of them are currently blocked. The secrets kept within the tower should give me much more insight into the investigation. Ha! What do you know? It's that dining table set. My nemesis, a properly set dining table. We're supposed to be finding a book. I thought you weren't supposed to read at the dining table. I thought that was bad manners. At least that's what I've been told my entire life. If there are scraps of books on the table, can I call them table scraps? Sorry, bad pun. And now, one tiny piece of gold. Oh, nope. And another scrap of paper. Hiding that in the candle wax was evil! Oh, and I'm still missing another tiny piece of gold. Oh! Do-do-do? Nope, not it. Nope, nope. Ah. Sorcery book on immortality. That might be an interesting read. Ooh. I've walked into a room filled with statues, each one in the likeness of a godmother. From the clues within, it seems as if the shrine provides protection for the princess, along with other evidence that a certain Briar Rose is indeed hidden somewhere inside the castle. Oh no. And I have used the blade once and run out of blade. The table again! Oh, now we've broken apart the sign for the stable on the kitchen table. This table apparently sees a lot of action. Where, oh where are you hiding? Nope. That's not it. There it is. So I'm guessing we're heading back to the stable. Ooh, let's check here first. Missing a sword and an axe. Old style piano. Cool. Oh, looky, we've got some brass instruments over here. And a saxophone. And we've got the older looking instruments, the old looking piano, and then we've got the older looking harp, and then we've got a saxophone. It is, so I don't understand why the saxophone is there, although the history of the saxophone is really interesting. If you go back and read it, it's like someone was trying to kill the dude and just never managed to pull it off before the saxophone was created. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the timeline either. But it was a pretty saxophone. You used to play tenor sax? Very cool. I can play at the flute. I'm alright at it. I don't claim any great skill, but I am alright at it. That's okay. I'm actually looking at figuring out how to get some different emojis for us anyway. Because the ones provided by Twitch are really creepy. And there's not much I can do about it. Yet. Give me some time. That is on my to-do list. It just happens to be a very long to-do list. Do you guys have any ideas what you'd like for emojis? Or just see if I can't find some fairly standard non-creepy emojis somewhere. Now I just need an owl's head. I honestly hadn't used them myself yet, so I didn't realize how creepy they were. But yeah, I agree, they are special. Alright. Huh, I wonder why this scene it was easier to find stuff in. Wooden goblet goes here, glass goblet goes here. Oh, poo. It's another one of these. Oh, that's nice. Ha! I got it. By the just click it method until something works. A decoration X. Again, whoever's in charge of the armory just really has not been taking good care of their stuff. Yeah, that is a big spider in that pantry. I'm curious as to how we're going to handle the big spider. I know we do. I just don't remember how. That's an impressive axe. And wholly useless. That's rather an understatement. Nope, that wasn't it. Nope. Here it is. The axe in the picture is rather more boring than the one I found. As I walk past a secret doorway, I find myself in a dark, musky lair. However, what is more surprising is the abnormally large spider guarding the entryway. Yeah. If this creature is created from some sort of sorcery by the evil godmother, she obviously didn't want anyone venturing past that door. No kidding. I'm glad I don't actually have to deal with spiders that large in real life. I think there would be a lot of noping in the other direction involved, honestly. I don't mind spiders as a rule, but something that big would definitely give me pause. Oh, how big is this tiny piece I'm looking for? That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Ha! Hidden object. I think I found the dungeon. It's in the tower. Where is that potion's lair? And we are back in the music room with the anachronistic saxophone. Maybe someday I'll care enough to blow up the books on the shelf and see what they say. There it is. Yeah, but I feel the same way about some of the swords and the other weapons that are just lying around that weren't properly cared for before they were just left lying about. I'm impressed that there's apparently an energy cell. But I mean, there are batteries dating back, well, what we think were batteries. Dating back to at least Egyptian times, so I guess it is entirely possible. Just not the first thing you think of when you're talking about medieval England. Although, Curse of Briar Rose, this would be Germany or Austria, I think. I'm trying to be careful not to click too many times, because if you click too many times, it will yell at you. I do remember that. So the last thing I'm missing is the item that should be the most obvious. Nope. It looks like a glowing lantern. Some kind of cell is missing? Maybe the energy cell? Oh, because that's not creepy at all. Oh, cool! I can now jump between the pentagrams. From reading through the manuscripts and observing notes written in the alchemist room, the sorcery and magical prowess these people had was quite advanced. It looks as if the last thing built in this place is a transportation device. Perhaps this tool was used recently to transport Briar Rose to a resting place. Recently? How recently is recently? Cloth and detergent. Oh, it looks like we're gonna clean that lens. Nope. Somewhere in this picture. Oh, the bottle is. Where is the other glass cleaner? There it is. Ha! They put one of the pieces of cloth on the lion's nose. That's funny. Now where's the other one? There it is. That first one's all the way back at the beginning. Owl key. Clever. Making that a bracer really was a clever idea. Now I just gotta find the cap end of the key. There it is. Hiding in the roses. So this time it's a pickaxe. Oh. Here's the ring. Is this it? Nope. That's it. Ha ha ha! What is this? It's an owl coin. Cloth detergent. That is going to be needed at the bell tower. Oh, we've got birds. Owl, hummingbird, parrot, and pigeon. That's an odd collection of birds. Throughout my investigation, I spotted many birds flying around the castle. What I find interesting about this observation is the fact that some of those birds are carrier pigeons flying to and from the castle. What messages could those pigeons have carried? Ha! Oh, looky, there's another spider! The rose wand. Okay, so I guess we're making one of the fairy godmother's wands. And this one is another large collection of tiny pieces. I think I'm actually going to have to shift how my monitor is set up, because I can't see it as well as I'd like for this. There we go. I know y'all can't actually see the monitor shift, but I can. There's one leaf. There's the rose. And now I just need another tiny leaf. Little Leaf, where are you? Oh, nope, that's not the last of it. I thought I was down to the last one. Sad day. And of course I'm playing on the level that has the hint takes forever to load. But then I wouldn't want the hint to load too fast because then I'd rely on it too much. And that defeats the purpose of the game. I guess I could just click on everything until the controller decides to time out. Nope. That hint is gonna load. Ugh. Right in front of me. On the cast iron, of course, because where else would it be? Ooh! Here's the birds. Was owl, hummingbird, parrot, and pigeon. I clicked on the wrong owl to start with. Was it a dove and not a pigeon? Okay, so that's how it functions. Got it. Ooh, that is a very nice machete. Wand of Godmother statue. Oh, I wonder if this is the big statue and not the little statues. So I think the rose wand goes with the little statues. So it really wouldn't make sense for this to also go with those statues. One last piece. This down here is music. I don't... Ah, there. How are the puppies? Ah, they gave the suit of armor a belly button. That's hilarious. How old is the new puppy? Aw, I bet they're pretty. Oh. They stuck the mouthpiece in the boot! Eek! That's just rude. And we're back to the dining room table. Oh, this time we've put the king's tombstone on the dining room table. Classy. I kind of fully agree with you at this point. This table has really been put through enough. Oh. At one point in time, I would hunt and seek until I could find them, and I would never use the hint button. I have grown impatient. And I admit that part of that is because I'm doing this for entertainment purposes for all of you guys. If it was just me playing, and I wasn't trying to entertain people as well, I would definitely spend the time just looking for it by myself. Not sure I would have found it sometime this century, but I would definitely have spent the time looking. Thank you. That is probably the most obvious thing you could have put on the tombstone. Ah, yes, the machete. Do piffle. Is this one really that easy? Oh wow, it really is that easy. I'm somewhat scared. Door handles! Everywhere! And none of them attached properly. Couple little pieces left. It's that one. There it is. Tried to hide it as part of the wainscoting. I think I'm doing better with those secret items than I've ever done before. Ooh, sneaky. You had to have had that orange one in place or the blue one wouldn't work. That's just mean. What did the cabinet do? I thought we were doing Sleeping Beauty, not Beauty and the Beast. As I hold the king tombstone, I recall it belonged to the graveyard outside the main gate. Also in the graveyard is an interesting stone slab marked with esoteric gravings. I'll come back to this slab later in my investigation. One would hope so. Ooh, a torch. The flame on this torch is burning very strongly. I believe there's a very good use for this tool. It's time to make another visit to that big spider. Oh, well, I guess that's one way to take care of the spider. I think I still remember where some of these things are just in muscle memory, because this is... Some of these are going a lot faster than they should if I was hunting this stuff up. Like, I'm not even looking at the screen and just pressing on it. And then, of course, the last item that I need to find is just completely lost. There it is. Honestly, that's a terrifying thought. I would not want to be dealing with that queen. I mean, Aslan showing up to help wouldn't hurt my feelings, but no, I don't want to deal with the queen. Alright. Have a great evening. I think we're actually going to wrap up a little early tonight anyway. I'd scheduled this for 2 hours, but this is moving pretty quickly, and I don't know about anybody else, but it's a school night. So I think we'll finish this chapter and call it good. A harp and a flute. Alright. I think we are going to call it for the evening. It's been fun having you guys around. We've done an hour and a half tonight. I want to thank you guys all for coming to my very first stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to hearing any feedback y'all have. I want to make the stream as interesting as possible, and I would like to grow it, but that requires constructive feedback and me practicing. So I hope you guys will hang out again in a couple days. The next stream I have set up is for Sunday evening. Depending upon things, I may decide to rearrange times. If you guys have better ideas for times, shoot me a message and we'll see what we can come up with. But I am bound in by the fact that my daughters are extremely rambunctious, so I can really only do this at night. Alright. Toodles all. Hope to catch y'all on Sunday.